before I get started, I just wanted to say, I hope you like that shininess. It's impressive. I've got that Alpecin shampoo and that slaphead stuff, and I don't know whether this makes hair grow, but it sure does give it a shine. I love it. Anyway, the reason. Stop. Long story. The reason for this video. Well, I've been doing homebrew for about 6 months. I started off making country wine, we'll call it. It started off as inmate brew and it kind of progressed, and I'm now doing Ribena with Munson's wine youth. It's very nice. You just boil, I don't know, a little bottle of Ribena for 20-25 minutes, which apparently boils off the preservatives that stop the yeast working. And I just use bottled water in a 1 gallon demijohn, and off we go. And I was having problems because some of them weren't working, and I just thought, well, you know, maybe it's me, maybe it's the temperature isn't quite right. But what I did do was, Mumsy and Dadsy had got an Aga and they were on holiday, so I went out and got a beer kit. Had I known it was much easier to do beer in the first place, I'd have done beer, in all honesty. So much easier to do beer, because there's a lot of mucking about you've got to do with wine. Only in as much as you're siphoning, you're settling, you're filtering if you need to, blah blah blah. You just anyway, as I said, it's just easier to do beer really. Take the advice for what it is, free. It costs more to set up, I agree, but if I went out and I didn't get a Cooper's kit, I went to Manchester Homebrew, which is in Stockport, obviously, and I spent £70 and I got, which was £10 cheaper than, at least £10 cheaper than the cheapest Cooper's kit, but I don't like lager. I got a bitter, and I got a good quality bitter, and that cost 20 quid, so that was 70 quid, so it's well worth the money. Anyway, the point I'm dragging myself towards painfully slowly is temperature. I did it at the back of the Aga, and it was 24 and ended up at 26 degrees, and it brewed in 3 days, not a week. So I thought, well, clearly I've got a major issue with what I think is warm and what the yeast thinks is warm. You all know what that is, right? Tropical fish tank warmer, basically. Fully immersible. I've got one in some Ribena right now, and I've never seen anything react so well, yeast obviously, to fermentation. Big word. It is Friday, and it has to be from the heat, because there's nothing different about it. There's nothing different about the way I've done it at all. Same bottled water, same Ribena, that's same. So that just about fits in the neck. I know it looks like a suppository from the 1700s, but it just about fits. Although this one looks a bit thick. I can give it a try in the other bottle. The one I bought from Trey Barron fits just in the neck. Just I mean, literally, you've got to give a bit of a shove. Goes in, just drilled another hole in the bung, and just put blue tack around the hole. It's sat there working like I don't know what to do, really, really well. I'm really happy with it. So my advice is, I don't like the idea of the belts, because it may just be me, and I'm no physicist. I've got a PhD, but not in physics. With the belt on, you heat from the outside in, and you heat in the plastic or glass first, which is giving off the heat, and then you heat the inside. If you heat from the inside out, you heat in the liquid first, and then the glass or your plastic. So, you know what I mean? So, to me, it is just to me, and I'm not saying that I'm right, I'm not saying that I'm right, but to me, it just seems to make sense to do it that way, to heat from the inside out, not the outside in. And this one was £9 on the internet. The first one I bought was 30 quid, and I'll be honest, it does seem a better quality one, the more expensive one. but if it works, right? But there you go. That's basically what I'm saying. It seems to me a much better idea to heat it, and obviously you can set the temperature on the top. So you set it for, I think that one is set at 22 or 23 degrees, and on the thermostatic strip, the temperature strip on the side, the thermometer on the side, the stick-on one, it's given a solid 21 degrees, which is, basically ideal, really. From what I've gauged, it's ideal, and it's just constantly bubbling. I mean, it's been there for getting on for nearly a week, not quite a week, about a day. I think it's probably 6 days. Yeah, like Saturday, and it's Friday today. So 6 days. It's slowed right down, but it's gassed constantly. And for the first time ever, the airlock. I mean, I don't think you're supposed to, but I plugged it in as soon as I did it, as it were. As soon as I pitched these, I turned it on. That one, I turned it on, and the airlock in the morning had it bubbled up that much that it was full of foam. So I just rolled it out and took it back in, and it's perfectly fine. It's sat there doing its thing. I've never had that happen before, and clearly that is purely because it must have been a temperature thing, right? It must have been. So there we go. So now it looks like we've got the temperature thing straight. I'm looking there because that's where it is. I do apologise. And today, tomorrow, I'll kill it and put it in another, in the 2-gallon pressure barrel that I've got, as it happens. And I put it in there and kill it and let it settle. And just stick it into 1 litre bottles. And off we go. And to get the fridge, obviously, the more the yeast works, the drier the wine gets. Less sugar, less of that, and more beer, more booze. Not a bad thing. And it's not a bad flavour. I mean, we're not talking a shot pot bottle of wine here, but we're talking, less than £2 for your yeast and your Ribena, I think, and 3, and you're getting a gallon of quite consumable wine, and yeah. So there we go. That's it, really. Just heating your homebrew does appear to be more than important. Anyway, that's it. Ta-da!